Now I listen to what Pakistan press conference they have done, right? It's a copycat press conference like we have done, and they have also started that. Let's see what they have said. This is their center of gravity, their Marshall center of gravity. Let's see what he has said.
Of a couple of dozens up to 70 from their side, about 40, crossing 100 is the first ever. This is the Pakistani side. We had some caps in the north, center, south, and AEW just to support it. And the IF fighters started an initial build up that was picked up from the north and the center across IB at 0010 hours. And by that time, PAF had initiated its response within 2 minutes. By 0012,
Now this is completely false. So what he has said that um, Indian Air Force had started to build around 12:10 Pakistan time, right? AM Pakistan time. What we will discuss is Pakistan time. If somebody has to refer to the Indian time, they have to just add 30 minutes. So it's completely wrong. It's a complete wrong information. Where is the what false narrative he's trying to say? I will tell you. And nobody has covered this one. What he's saying that we have seen a build-up of Indian Air Force at 12:10. That is right. Absolutely, he's right. There's no uh, problem in that. Now, what he said next is the problem. What he is saying that within 2 minutes, we have scrambled all our jets. So 12 a.m. Pakistan time, they have scrambled all their jets, and whatever they're showing in the diagram, what you see in the diagram, is completely wrong. It's completely cut and paste, right? I will tell you why he's saying that. 3 years back, there is a report from Bloomberg, and also there's some aspect from the sphere of Western military that whatever Chinese, and that's obviously stated by one military or the in Pakistan Air Force official, that the service availability of Chinese jets are too low. That means to scramble a fighter jet, it takes almost 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. Now, I will tell you some figure. The contractual data of US Air Force scrambling time is 15 minutes. So, identifying a threat in the radar, the alert buzzing, and the plane airborne, right? The time taken to airborne a plane, it's a 15 minutes contractual time, SLA, service level agreement. And by doing multiple drills and mock drills and all those things, they have reduced it to 10 minutes. When I say they, it's a US Air Force. So 10 minutes. They have contractual time obligation of 15 minutes. They have done in 10 minutes. So it's a quite remarkable achievement, right? But Pakistan, that same thing they have copied from US, that their contractual agreement is 15 minutes. But when they take the Chinese jet into consideration, their scrambling time becomes 25 minutes. And there was a long article that was mocking Chinese jets availability and all those things. And Chinese has pressurized Pakistan that why this is sort of you are saying all these things. Now this 2 minutes is absolutely junk. I know. I have the radar data. I have the radar data. They took almost 25 minutes. They took almost 25 minutes, and and generally what happens that okay, they have probably decided before that that they have to scramble. It's not that 12:10 they are saying that okay, there's a build up and then they're scrambling. They might have taken a decision before 12 that they have to scramble, because I know that the jets are being taking out of the hangars and then getting scrambled to the radar data, right? So it's almost average. It takes it they took around 20 to 25 minutes. Now, making it 2 minutes is saying to the world, Western world, that look, Chinese has improved that thing, right? So we have done from 25 minutes to 2 minutes. This is completely a false narrative. I know that they have done in 20 to 25 minutes. So this is wrong. Let's see what he says again.
our response was activated. The IF started to get their fighters get airborne in large numbers. By By the time it has come to 12:30, we were pretty sure that this is going to be the day and the time to knock some sense into these guys once again. So we commenced our multi-domain operations, the pride and joy and the new concept of war that we have. This is the picture that's getting jumbled up. We have huge number.
Okay, so again a false information. So India's attacked. Yes, he's right that India attacked around 12:30. I have the data that there was between 12:30 to 12:37 or 38. There was a complete attack where we actually have that cruise missile, not cruise missile, Scalp missile, Rampage, and Hammer being sent to the that side of the park, right? That side of the border. But what he said was wrong. That what you see in the screen, that this is what you have, an elliptical part which is the AVAX, and this is completely wrong. AVAX is not in this position. AVAX is slightly at the downside, so it is slightly on the southwards. So again, a false thing. So what they have done, they have actually they have painted in one in the PPT probably. So this is not the actual radar data. And the second thing they have created, they are saying that they're they're trying to depict Indian formation in a attack mode, intrude mode. Means whatever mode, line astern or whatever mode, I will come to that, line astern mode. All these things they're showing to the world, that propaganda, implicitly propaganda they are doing to the world, that look, they are trying to intrude us like Balakot airstrike. They are not trying to do a recon or surveillance kind of formation. They have given their Indian formation, which is completely wrong. They have used the formation of line system, and obviously this is again an attack. These two are attack formats, and we are not going for an attack formats. We are going for a standoff format. So we'll just go to the standoff distance and just fire the missile and come back. So this is again trying to create a narrative that India was attacking us, trying to intrude our border, and try to attack our city. So that's all about trying to project.
Of IF fighters that are stacked up in azimuth and vertical all across, and the PF DCA response is in position. The complete package, when it gets into shape, it is on 4 axes, and we perceive that they will have, including 14 Rafales, were electronically ID'd by all through our electromagnetic operational environment. We call it the EMO. So by the time
Electronically. Okay, there are some uh, problem in this entire statement. First, the formations were wrong. Indian formations were wrong. And Pakistan's plane, if you see the number of planes they are depicting on that side, that is also wrong. I will give my radar image, right? I will give my radar image, which I have converted into the, because what I have got is that two radars data, one from Israel and one from Kazakhstan, and these two are electromagnetic radars, and one radar is from again from Israel, which is IR radar, infrared radar, which detects the heat signature, right? So completely it doesn't match. It doesn't match with the time. It doesn't match with the formation. So they have just cut and paste all the things together. I can prove that. The formation of India side is wrong. And right now, if I say that it is around 12:30 p.m. PST, Pakistan Standard Time, they're showing the number of Pakistan aircraft are quite high, and they're calling it a DCA package. DCA stand for um, defensive counter air package, right? DCA package, right? They're calling it DCA package. So when we uh, scramble some jets and give them AOR, they're called area of responsibility. Uh, so these are the technical terms in Air Force. So you will hear AOR, which is area of responsibility. You will hear rule of engagement, ROE, rule of engagement, and then DCA. DCA stand for defensive counter air package. So when I scramble a jet, I give a AOR that this is your area of responsibility. You will just try to defend one area and you will not attack them. And I define in the radar, this is my DCA package. So in radar, it is defined as the DCA package. And there were a lot of DCA package. there were a lot of DCA package, and they're showing that as a complete, like around 10 planes. I know that time there were around 110 planes, 110 we had, and it is completely wrong. Again, 14 Rafales is completely wrong. We had flown around 10 Rafales that day. So 14 Rafales is completely lie. And what he's saying that, okay, when the Rafale is coming and automatically my radar EOM database, electronic, the database which actually catch the heat electronic signature and just try to match with the database, radar database. Okay, this is the signature of Rafale, this is the signature of SU-30 MKI, this is the signature of MiG-29 or Mirage, right? So that's how it worked. But it's a story of deception. So a complete story of deception. You don't know. So they have been fooled that day, completely fooled. It is a complete. They have made a mockery out of themselves. It's complete. I don't think so. They should have come up with this press conference when we know what we are. I mean, if I have the data, our military will have much more vivid data compared to me. So this is completely a propaganda uh, press conference telling to the world that, okay, India is intruding us, and we have kind of created we have not yet decided on our defense. You see, there are not a number of aircrafts in our area. So we are still thinking that it will be a recon mission, right?
They were in air. We had sorted out and contracted all fighters and accounted for. 60 number that augmented to 72 through their scrambles that kept on coming just to reinforce and supplement and to saturate the air defense. They thought they could do that for the Pakistani edge, air defense ground environment. The complete DCA package response by Pakistani side was also there, and the strategy was to have force concentration in our selected area.
No, it's completely not. So again, they are trying to do a counter create a narrative that they are attacking us. How they are doing that? Number one, their formation is intruded. Not intruding means we will cross the line of control. The formation they are showing that it will be a line of control kind of formation, like they will cross the line of control and bomb and all those things, right? That's wrong, completely wrong. Number two, see, look, they are such a high numbers, around 72 aircrafts, and we know that there are 14 Rafales, but still we have not scrambled enough jet, and all our jets are identified as a DCA package, and we got in the EMO, like electromagnetic operation EMO radars, EMO database, that these are the different type of packages. Okay, third narrative they are trying to build, their Indian Air Force objective is to saturate their air defense. We will not saturate their air defense. So that is again a element which they are putting a evidence to the Western world that saturation of air defense, that means they will attack us. So formation they are saying wrong, their DCA package they are saying wrong, saturation strategy is only taken during the attack seed, like saturation of air defense or destruction of air, the seed and deed operation. So again they're saying a wrong thing. So everything is a propaganda. So we are in a complete, so we are a complete in a standoff kind of, we are doing a recon and we are reinforcing that is right, we'll do a recon, we'll go away, and then there will again a new formation of reinforcement fighter jets will come, and we are on still on a standard recon mission. We have not formed a standoff missions, a standoff formation. It is again a recon formation. There is no standoff formation right now. Standoff formation will happen around 12:30.
And fight at our own strength. PF fighters ensured Pakistan's air sovereignty, and because of that, we first.
Okay, now you see this entire what I will call it, the AVAX, this elliptical part, and you see a big aircraft which is AVAX. They're sub AVAX, right? The problem, if you see the previous frame and this frame, the AVAX is in the same location, be it 1212, be it 1230, be it 1237. They're saying yes. So three snapshot they have given: 12 2, 12, 10, 12, 12, 12, 30 and 12:37, four snapshot they have given, and every time their AVAX is in the same location. How it is possible? That's number one problem. Number two problem, this is a strategic or force multiplier. AVAX is said to be a force multiplier and a strategic asset. So the rule is that whenever AVAX move in a sky in an elliptical orbit, no aircraft, no fighter aircraft should come in the range between 5 to 10 kilometers, depending upon which countries we are talking about. They have different doctrines, but let's say 5 kilometers for Pakistan, say minimum 5 kilometers. So, but in in all the direction, it's not like that they can be within the elliptical orbit, but below 5 kilometers. No, it will not be in that elliptical space or the 3D space. So you see many aircraft are actually in that falling in that elliptical air, either in the above that, not above that. AVAX always uh, uh, fly at the top, like the height of the AVAX is top to kind of get all the data. So probably these aircraft are below that elliptical orbit space, right? So it is completely wrong. Somebody has just painted it that they forgot to kind of remove those aircraft and put it in another place. So that is again a copy paste error. So any Air Force who is seeing my video, they know what I'm talking about. No aircraft should be very near to AVAX because there might be a retaliatory fire from Indian Air Force side and which could hit the AVAX. That's number one. Number two, the AVAX, all the jamming controls, all the ELM controls will interfere with the aircraft or vice versa. So that's the rule that in that elliptical space, 3D space, no aircraft should come close to 5 kilometers, but they have kept some aircraft. So this is completely a copy paste error.
By Pakistan side was also there, and the strategy was to have force concentration in our selected AOR and fight at our own strength. Peer fighters ensured Pakistan's air sovereignty, and because of that, we first rerouted all civilian traffic that was about to go from the whole Islamabad to this area because we thought that this is going to be the hot place. So we wanted safety for all the civil airlines. When we had seen this kind of a strong defense on our side, uh, they resorted to launching their air-to-ground weapons while being cis frontier. And
Again, this is a completely wrong narrative, right? Setting a wrong narrative. What he's saying from the beginning, he said that we are attacking us. These are the reasons they are told implicitly. Any military person can understand. Okay, those guys are normal, standard civilian journalists. They will not understand. They will just broadcast those, right? But any military people can understand that okay, India is attacking Pakistan. They are intruding Pakistan. So building that narrative to the Western media, for the Western media to have that, right? Now what is saying, okay, because we have seen, Indian Air Force has seen, there's a lot of strong formation that has happened, DCA formation that has happened over Pakistan airspace, so we will drop our bomb. So we came there to drop our bomb only, right? So we have never thought that I will enter into Pakistan and I will see a lot of air packages being roaming here and there in Pakistani airspace. We just being scared and then just come back to our Indian base. We never thought of that, right? We just from the day one we thought we will just go to a standoff distance and I will fire those scalp missile or hammer missile or rampage missile. So that was our objective. So he is now kind of doing a narrative that okay, they saw there's such a large DCA package being in the Pakistan airspace, and they thought that okay, we cannot do anything, so let us have a standoff distance, fire on missile, and just go. They're trying to say that the pilots were scared. India was scared to enter into our airspace. That is completely wrong narrative. That's why I thought that I have to counter this Pakistan narrative of this press conference, which was the audience was targeted actually Western audience. There are people from Pakistan, some people from international media as a journalist, but the actual audience is the Western media or Western military establishments.
the when they had seen this kind of a strong defense on our side, uh, they resorted to launching their air-to-ground weapons while being cis frontier. And as soon as they had launched the weapons, we could ID that instantly. And the chief of the air staff, as I mentioned, he was in the COC. He has been there for a couple of nights. I have seen him there. So when I said that he spearheaded and he led from the front, he really did that. And he changed the contract. We were given rules of engagement first to deter. And as soon as this thing happened, we changed our rules of the game in the air. Deter to assure kill, deny own loss. PF strategy changed. We had a plan. We thought that Indians, the last time they said that they would have Rafales and they would have created any difference. So we targeted their center of gravity in the Rafales. That's why you see good numbers.
So this is how he got the name center of gravity. So there are many things I will, whatever he commented on this, I will tell. Center of gravity in military said that prime strength of my opponent, we call it center of gravity. Say, for example, if Indian Air Force is coming from all sides, and for Pakistan, center of gravity is Rafale, but because that's the core strength Indian Air Force has. So that is true. Like that's not, unfortunately, got the name center of gravity, but he's telling the truth that it's a center of gravity. But again, he actually pointed a very subtle. He did spell out that our DCA package, we initially it was deter and then we change it to target or destroy, from deter to destroy. Uh, I don't think so. They were all together. They were in a strategy that I will initially, um because they had that intelligence that we will not come into the in Pakistan border. They they had that intelligence because we have that standoff capability and all these things run with all the intelligence agency, right? What the strategy, and there's a lot of wargaming that happens. Now the question is that what he's saying is, what was their strategy? Their strategy initially was that just put all the aircrafts, like whatever we have as a DCA package, right? And let us defend any of the missile that they will throw at us, right? And with our surface to air missile, and let us target their Rafale through our air to air missile. That was from the beginning, that was the strategy. So there's no question of ROE, AOR. They're trying to say, okay, our intention was not to fight, but when they try to kind of shoot missile, then we change our strategy. It's absolutely junk. Their strategy was to kind of go in the be airborne and try to see when they fire our weapon, and if we see that they fire our weapon, try to encounter with the air to missile if we can, the trajectory permits, then otherwise it will be completely our air defense system and we will shoot the Rafale. This was their strategy, right?
Numbers for that. We would have had more numbers, but we showed restraint. The thing about this whole playtime was this thing lasted for more than an hour with so many large number of aircraft go back, so many large number of aircraft on both sides with so many grinds and the flow of the BVR, the modern warfare has changed. So long stick, the employment is if you
Okay, playtime. What is playtime? Playtime is used in war games, so military war games. So we call it playtime. So if anybody from military or air force or primarily air force, if anybody is listening to my podcast, they know what is playtime, and it's a US jargon. It's not a complete military jargon. So these are US jargon. So US Air Force jargons. Playtime. Playtime is a military war game name. Come on, we are in a combat situation, real combat situation. How can you say it's a playtime? How can you use those terms? If you are calling yourself a professional air force, you should not use those terms, and you should use more traditional air force terms, not US Air Force terms. It means that you are like somebody from NATO or somebody from US Air Force is doing a press conference. The way he's talking, the way the terminology is using seems that he's coming from a NATO or he's from US Air Force. What I will say, cranks, yanks, grinding, then a long stick. These are all terminology that are being used not in modern warfare, not in actual combat scenario. And that what he said was absolutely wrong. So what is cranking? So when I want to shoot a aircraft, I slow down my aircraft and I then bring my gimbal, the missile, whatever radar, the combination which we have to target a Indian fighter pilot, right? I just slow down my plane, then I just point it in my gimbal and then shoot. And then what I do is grinding. I just go up, create a space, and again come down because I cannot move, have a forward motion because my S400 they have to kind of have a safe distance because S400 is there. So they want that area to be covered. So I don't think so. They have done any yanking and grinding. So completely US terminology, completely wrong convolution of words, and they have not done that. And what is long stick? Long stick means I have a long missile, right? I have a VBR missile which is long. Absolutely, but they know that we also have that anti-aircraft gun, which is anti-aircraft SAM, which is S400. So they know beforehand. When the pilots say we have a long stick, that means they know beforehand that their VVR capability is much higher than Indian VVR capability. So that is where my concern is. Till now, our VVR capability is not up to the mark. 70 kilometer. We have not integrated Meteor. Meteor 1. We have just now we have ordered for Meteor 2. But where is Meteor 1 integration? Why aircraft will take risk and go to those warfare with VVR capability of 70 kilometer when we know that they have around 160-kilometer range, or now 250-kilometer if we know that they are having PL-15 instead of PL-15E.
You don't shoot, you get shot. So that is why um, the art was to employ them optimally, and that was a big challenge for us. That's why I said it has never happened before. These are the locations with the range bearing electronic ID.
These are absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. What they are showing, I will tell in the last section when I will tell you guys what has actually happened with the picture. And so whatever Rafales, what he's saying that 3 Rafales they have down, right? Absolutely wrong. Locations are wrong, and also the Rafales. One MiG-27, sorry, one Su-30 MKI. Again, absolutely, this is debatable. I will tell you. MiG-29, wrong, absolutely wrong. UAV, yes, they have downed one UAV, right? Actually, they have downed two UAV. One failed in our side and one failed on Pakistan side. And this is for taking the photographs. Taking the photographs, why? Because all our opposition and leftist friend will say, where is the proof? And this is a problem we have. So we have to send our assets, though we are not entering there, but we have sent our assets, few assets, to take photography, right, of those areas. And this is primarily the UAV was hit in the area where army has taken destroyed the target. So I will come to that. But to be honest with you, this entire map is wrong. The number they are showing absolutely wrong. It's a complete game of deception, and they are fooled by the deception. Whatever the signature they're showing, whatever not signature, whatever the vectors they're showing, absolutely wrong. Why the vectors will be from Srinagar 10 nautical miles? They should tell from their radar what is their vector. Why they will say that okay, near Delhi or near Srinagar, there's one the fighter pilot being hit or the fighter jet being hit or down. They should tell what is the radar. How could they know that this is where they actually, this is I mean, when a plane goes down below 1,000 feet, they cannot distinguish in radar, right? Nor in those AVACs. So I don't think so. I mean, this entire data is wrong. I will prove that after this whatever press conference. I will prove that data is wrong.
That we think that we are told that we have shot a MiG 29 miles from LOC, bearing 24320 nautical miles from Srinagar. A Su-30 was shot 192 19 miles, 25 miles from LOC. We have the exact details because in the modern battlefield you cannot conjure up things out of imagination. You have an electronic ID. The aircraft gets picked up by his data link. As soon as you put on your radar, you show yourself. And
This is absolutely ridiculous. Air Marshal is saying that whenever I put my transponder on, why transponder is coming here? Transponder is for commercial aircraft. For every aircraft, will by default the transponder is only for IAFF. So identification of friend or foe. But what we generally do is through radars, right? Signatures and all those things. Why the IAFF is coming here? And and the problem is that the entire whatever story is trying to build is over the uh, context or pretext that uh, our radar EOM has seen and we have identified this and we have shoot uh, the entire packet or the aircraft from Indian side, and there's a blip. There's a blip, radar blip. Come on, we are talking about airfare of 2025. It's not 2005. So blip can happen due to many reasons. There can be a decoy being deployed. There can be electronic warfare. There can be the missile can be jammed. The plane can go behind a terrain, right? So there can be lot of reason for blips, radar blips, and I have to verify that. How can you sync the electromagnetic radar data and the IR data, the infrared data, and then analyze? Why you are doing a press conference the next day and he's saying, I think we have, why, when you are claiming to the world that okay, we have hit 5 jets, Pakistan Indian jets, then why you are saying I think? You should first do analysis, proper analysis, and then do come with evidence. And these are not radar evidence. These are absolutely not radar evidence. These are putting in a PPT and drawing a map and putting aircraft and whatever. I don't know. I can do. I can also do something. Where are the radar images? Where are the radar data? You show the radar data, one snapshot, or maybe in the format which we know that these are the IR data, these are the EM data, and this is how it matched. So blip can happen anyway, and you cannot tell that I think, you think. These are not the words we should use as a professional armed force.
nobody can hide, nobody can deny that. On for the debrief, so none of the claims have any facts in them. So they are pretty clear, pretty concise. I have a audio from a Rafale formation that I will share. The call sign is Godzilla. As soon as those animals are extinct, so this one also got extinct. So he's asking whereabouts of his formation member. So the formation knows, his leader knows that his number, one of his member, flight member is not there. They have an RT. This is the original RT that they are exchanging, and they're asking about his position. He's giving his own operations as fine, but he has claims that I've seen an explosion in the air. I will share this detail. This is a long RT that we have. If you can hear one RT of one formation member, you can hear all of them in panic and in distress. So the idea was to just to prize you guys.
Let us see my. I have done some uh, spectral analysis of their audio. They have given the proof, so I will counter that proof. So what they're saying that they have intercepted RT. RT stands for radio transmission, and they have come up with that transcript that okay, the formation leader Godzilla 4 is communicating with someone, and he's asking that I have lost Godzilla 3, and there's some explosion he saw from the window, and Godzilla 3 is not responding, so Godzilla 3 is down, right? That's what he's saying. And he's saying it's a Rafale fighter pilot. Come on, we know Rafale fighter pilots walked on two secured line. First one is the SDR. It's a built-in SDR, software-defined radio. It will communicate through SDR to the ground radar, or through its the formation, other member of the formation, or to the other formation, like across like Su-30 or Mirage. Why he will go and select open military transmission frequency? Why he will do that? When he has primary secured line is SDR, secondary secured line is the satellite radio channel, which is also secured line. So if first line fails, he will go to the second line and try to do that. So you mean to say that both the lines failed, and then he went to the open military channel and trying to say, okay, Godzilla 3 is not there, and he's communicating to the ground station? This is ridiculous. And I will prove that this entire this audio has been tampered, is being processed. I will prove that in my spectral analysis. So now I will counter their press conference with my proof, what I have gathered from my data, both electromagnetic and infrared data. I'm just putting in a simple form. So if you see, this is what their entire so if you see, this is what they have, we have kind of targeted the 9 terrorist strike, and which no one has covered. I'm telling, and also Captain Dhillon book also on Operation Sindoor provided that information. Indian Air Force did not target all the nine terrorist targets. They have only targeted Bhavalpur, the Bhavalpur number 6, and Murid-K. Murid-K is near Lahore, or Murid-K is number 7, so it's near Lahore, and Bhavalpur is down south, which is number 6. So Murid-K is 30 kilometer from our international border, and is a headquarter of Lashkar-e-Toiba and Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jamatul Dua, and they were responsible, and all the Mumbai attack, Mumbai terrorist attack was plotted from here, right? Bhavalpur is 100 kilometer down, like this is 100 kilometer from international border, and it's a JEM headquarter, and the Pulwama and Parliament attack was also was actually Pathankot attack and Pulwama attack was kind of conspired from this Bhavalpur. So these number 6 and 7 was actually taken down by Indian Air Force, and rest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9 has been taken down by Indian Armed Force through their laser guided bombs, loitering ammunition, and all other assets which are not from Air Force, primarily the Indian Army, right? So this is how we have attacked them. This is what they have shown, right? The same thing in the video I have captured, and this is, you see that this is a line S10 model. They have provided that, and this entire picture is wrong. With the same 12, if you see the time, 0012 hours PST, but what I have, this is what 0012 PST. So you have much more formation. If you see the red planes, the actual radar planes, not like copy paste. I have not copy paste like them. I have taken the actual radar image and put it in a Google Earth image, right? And this is the this elliptical orbit is which the Pakistan AWACS. If you see, it is further down south, not like what they have shown. They have shown around here, but it is actually further down south. And they have actually, if you see the formation, they are in a defensive formation. That is right, but they will soon become a offensive formation as well. And this is on Indian side, which are in the recon formation. I have just masked. I have not shown the formation. I have shown the cluster of the formation in a box, green box, and these are the recon formation. So we don't have any intention to trespass the IB or LOC. Next, they are showing 37 hours. If you see their let me just show their data. So if you see this one, which is in around 12 a.m. Pakistan time, this one aircraft, they have forgot to put the elliptical orbit. This is the AWACS. As this AWACS remains in the same place, how it is possible? And you see all the aircraft now being, but right now it's wrong, absolutely wrong. It is 0037, where already India has fired the Scalp missile. So Scalp missile has been fired from 0030 Pakistan time to 0040 Pakistan time. So everything has been done in that time. So your AWACS is running, it's a wrong area. They have it's a northward. They have shown it should have been in the southward. All their formation are line astern, which is an attacking formation. So they are saying DCA package, like defensive counter air package, but their formation shows that they are actually in the line astern formation, which is an attacking format, right? Attacking formation. And they have shown Indian formation as attacking. This is what is a 4-finger weak formation. This one is an attacking formation where I should intrude, and this is also a line astern formation where I should intrude. So this is again a wrong information they have given, and also they have shown very close to Pakistan border. So that is also wrong. They want to portray that this is Indian Air Force is trying to intrude. Actually, we maintain a standoff distance with buffer zone. So it is not that close to Pakistan border, or not close to, and sorry to portray this map, which I have taken a screenshot from Pakistan press conference, because that shows our Pakistan as their own territory, and this they shown as IOJK. This is actually POJK. This is actually Kashmir, our Kashmir, and the top of that is POJK, right? So this is a problem. And what I show, this is 0037 hours, and this is as per my radar 0035. So this is, they have shown 37 hours, I have shown 35 hours. I don't know. Yeah, I have 35 hours and 38 hours. Yeah, so 3 minutes difference. So this is 35 hours, my 35 hours, where I see our formation maintains some degree of standoff and formation zone, and we have already shoot down, we have already fired our Scalp missile, Rampage missile, and primarily in this area, Muridkan Bhavalpur. And if you see, they have around 110 aircraft in their lineup, but they are showing that they have a very handful of aircraft. Actually, they have this is the true size of the aircraft. They have around 110 packages. Like number of packages were multiple, but total aircrafts were 110. That includes JF-15, J-10C, and also primarily US F-16, and also some Mirage and old planes, right? J-10C are actually here, slightly at the end. Like they have actually sent the JF-17 at the front line, because they don't want to bring J-10C for Rafale. What J-10C was doing, they were in creating some degree of kill chain. I will come to that. They were doing some degree of kill chain and doing an indirect communication with ground radar and with the AWACS, with ground radar and AWACS, to uh, defy Indian electronic warfare. So that's they were doing. I have not shown our AWACS for security reason, but this is the overall formation. See, this is again, if you see, this is an attacking formation. It was never a defense formation. This is an attacking formation when you shoot your missile or you intend to intrude, right? So this is the snapshot of 35 0035 hours Pakistan time. Now 35. So you see, it is going. So initially they have maintained a distance of 200 to 250 kilometer between Indian fighter pilots and their formation because of S-400, range of S-400, and they have kind of put AWACS far beyond. I mean, this can be S-400 can attack this AWACS right now, but India didn't do that on the first night, right? So now from 35 to 38, they're going forward. Once they saw, this is very important, once they understood that we have the standoff strategy, that we will fire missile on standoff range, and they know that our fighter pilots, we just fired the missile and go back to their base, so it will be a tail chase for missile. Then they understood that we will not engage that night. That means our S-400 will not engage them, and they got that confidence. Then they started going forward. If you see the two frame within 3 minutes, 35, 38. So they started forward. So this is 35, this is 38. So their planes are going forward to shoot the missile PL-15, and this is 42. Our planes are going towards the base. This is 40, 45, 42, 45 minutes, 12 past 45. Now they are returning. Our planes are going to the base. There are some in the air. There are some engagement. I will come to that in the next chapter. But some of the flight, our fighter pilots are engaged, and they are trying to do certain things, right? I will come to that. But most of our planes are going to the base, or maybe our radars are unable to detect because it is going below 1000 meters, right? So this is 42 minutes, 12 past midnight. This is 45 when they shoot the PL-15. After shooting, they are going back to their formation, the initial formation space. So this is what has happened. Like they were telling that, okay, we are in a DCA package. That DCA package is completely wrong. Our formation is wrong being depicted. Our formation was never attacking formation. Our formation was standoff formation. And then the AWACS has been depicted wrongly. The number of fighters from their side has been depicted wrongly. And also, like the formation, what they have seen, what they have shown on their side and our side is completely wrong. So their formation was line Aston. I have shown you it's line Aston. This is they have shown our formation as the attacking formation, but their formation, they have forgot to change it. So their formation is a line Aston again. This is a defense. This is an attacking formation. This is an attacking formation. This is an attacking formation. These are defensive formation. So they are saying that, okay, our entire package was DCA package is completely wrong. Now I will come back that this is MiG-29. I counter this. This is wrong. This is Su-30 MKI. Probably right. Wrong. We'll discuss on that. This is Rafale, wrong. This is UAV, wrong. The UAV, they have shot down one in Indian airspace, that is correct, but the location is wrong. So this location is wrong. The entire location is wrong. This is again a Rafale, this is wrong. This is again a Rafale, this is wrong. So all the locations they have given is completely wrong.